Hello everybody, it's Saturday. This is the recap of the week, what happened this week. And sad to say, it's the last one cap of the week for 2023. And boy, a year goes fast, but it looks like a lot of people are away. I know it's the eve of New Year's Eve and hope everybody's doing well, but this is going to be an interesting show because I got two very profound things to share. One is a new price target for Tesla, and second is can we get to a $10,000 green candle? And after you hear that, you're going to feel very underweight in one asset. Anyway, thank you to the mods in the chat. Thank you T&D Tesla for being here, and Beardy and everybody else, and Huckleberry Native and Sir Winston and everybody else. So the crypto market cap is about 1.67 trillion. Everything's still plugging along. A little bit strong today, but still not anywhere near where it was. I think Bitcoin's at 42.5, 42.4. Dominance 50%. Ethereum 2300. And what else is going on? Fear and Greed actually fell a bit to 68, which is new. Mr. Mike, thank you for that MSM quote on Twitter earlier today. It was so funny and so true. 2023 was the year of abundant lies, and I'm hoping 2024 will be different. So let's go. Let's talk about This is Edutainment and the story. Again, I touch on the story, and don't forget to subscribe. First of all, let's see how far we have come this month. We are now up 11.8% so far in December. Not bad. For us, that's very close to your typical assets return in an annual basis, which is incredible. Let's see how we did for the week in Bitcoin terms. And you can see Binance had a big week, up 21%. A lot of people believe Binance wanted to get back on top of Solana. And, when you have the top 100 people owning 92% of the coins, yeah, they can do stuff. I get a lot of questions this week. Are Binance manipulating their token? Who knows? But they are doing some other stuff. They are investing in developers and things like that. Solana's still up very big, another 10% against Bitcoin after a huge near 100% month. Avalanche gave a lot back, nearly 10% back, and the rest is kind of mixed. So we see, let's look at dollar terms, or what I call the melting ice cube terms, and ignore the title, but Binance, again, big dark green. Other stuff like ICP, Uniswap, Bitcoin Cash as well, and a lot of red. So the week was not that impressive. We didn't get the Santa rally we thought we would in crypto, or I should say in all of crypto. We did get it in select names, but not in equities like we expected. Let's now talk about one little piece that's happening, because I will talk a bit about Bitcoin first, then traverse into crypto and privacy and such. But this is big. A massive $1.2 billion worth of Bitcoin moved off centralized exchanges yesterday. This is the largest single Bitcoin outflow day since 2022. Did you guys take your Bitcoin off the exchanges? I do hope so. Mr. Legal Department, thank you for coming. But that's big. This thing's getting hard, and that's kind of part of the topic I'm going to talk about today as well, is the hardness of this asset and why we love it. We have Australia is awake. Kevin Kors, how are you? So we all know, and I spent a lot of time talking about the Bitcoin Spot ETF, we all know it's looming, it's coming, and there's a lot of final stuff happened yesterday. There was so much happening regarding the spot ETF. I wrote a whole Substack about it, and you will find it in the link below. I'll talk about that in a minute. But I want to talk about the tidal wave that's coming, because it's a real deal. There are 6 big things happening. People always ask me, how can I convince a loved one to invest in Bitcoin, and why do they need it? Well, this is another view of exactly why. And thank goodness us here are in early. But let me walk through this list very fast. First of all, the biggest institutions that manage money, run money on the planet, are entering the Bitcoin market in a few days. They bring with them over $30 trillion in assets under management. And they will be pumping Bitcoin products to their retail customers, of who they manage the money for. Also, what happened in the past, the traditional 60-40 investment portfolio is dead. It is now toast. And even many things people are beginning to question, things like mutual funds, etc. And they're pivoting into index funds. And there has also been a significant decline in 30-year Treasury bonds since 2020, prompting a shift of funds towards another asset class, and that is Bitcoin. The timing of this is impeccable. Also, the humans around the world are beginning to understand that the mainstream financial systems, just like the mainstream media, cannot be trusted, and that fiat is flawed. Also, a ton of money is going to come in. Some people believe there could be at least, to begin with, $10 billion of inflow coming in to Bitcoin per month. And that's just starting out. And this demand that will surge, the demand for Bitcoin is going to surge as a result of that. And the big question is, where is this all going to come from? Where is this Bitcoin going to come from? And we've had a lot of talk, there's a lot of FUD spread about, the cash and everything else. And I've covered that many times. Last week in the Q&A, I explained it's actually a good thing. I explained as well, again, in Patreon this morning, it's actually a good thing. But let me talk about one thing that's really impressive, and a shout out, a hat tip to Rip Van Winkle for these words, so eloquent. And he spoke about how a hedge fund might be able to patiently leg into Bitcoin like they're getting in now. That's why you see all the proxies totally on fire. And the firms, but when they do have to remit cash for ETF shares, this is the magic piece. So he speaks of the fact that maybe $1 billion comes in on a random Tuesday. Imagine Tuesday a month from now. And the firm, whether it's BlackRock or Fidelity or anybody else, they have to buy spot Bitcoin, okay? $1 billion worth of spot Bitcoin needs to be purchased. And there are hardly any sellers because the people that own Bitcoin are sitting on it. They are not selling it. That's why the long-term holders are breaking all new records every single day. And Rip Van Winkle believes if $1 billion comes in on any given Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, whatever, and people are not selling, he predicts a $10,000 candle for Bitcoin to shake it from the hands of people that are not selling it. It is a very exciting time to be alive. As I've been saying all year, I hear that lovely too, which is cool. In addition, another rule of Wall Street, okay? You know, the old expression is, don't listen to what they say, watch what they do. Well, it's never become truer. JP Morgan is the broker-dealer on Bitcoin on behalf of the world's biggest asset manager, BlackRock. All right? This guy, which we never trusted anyway. Anybody here on this channel knows not to trust him. But again, it's like a soap opera. Not that I'd ever watch a soap opera, but I'd imagine there would be something like this. JP Morgan CEO's Bitcoin bashing is a do as I say, not as I do situation. Or as I say, watch what Wall Street does, not what they say. They are not on your side. Literally hours after he slammed Bitcoin to US senators, he said, I've been deeply opposed to crypto and Bitcoin and it should be banned. And then JP Morgan is the broker-dealer for BlackRock. I mean, it's crazy. It's so crazy. I wrote a detailed Substack. It's a little bit comedic as well. It's free for anybody to read. There's a link below as to all the ins and outs, all the players, all the status, all the funds that are probably going to get approved in like a week or so. It is incredible. Anyway, and it's not just Jamie Dimon who we cannot trust. Senator Elizabeth Warren. Speaking of misleading, there is a group, the Chamber of Digital Commerce, whatever, believe that she has misled us to believe that crypto, etc., has an AML, an anti-money laundering problem. It doesn't. If you are laundering money, you don't use crypto. You use traditional finance. You use this guy, okay, to launder your money. You don't use crypto because it's so easy to track. And Hamas found that out a few months ago. And they said, please do not donate us crypto. We want hard cash or gold bars. It'd be great, but no crypto for that exact reason. And this person misled us. Anyway, in other fun news, let's get back to crypto hardcore. NFT sales over the last 24 hours exploded on Bitcoin. Bitcoin crushes it. Nearly $20 million in sales, all because of that ordinal stuff inscribing Bitcoin, and it's pretty incredible. And also, in terms of the most users is Solana, but the most sales is Bitcoin by a good stretch. Over twice what Ethereum does and nearly 3 times what Solana does. Now, I do want to point something out which I thought was very interesting as well. If you look to the red, the wash in the middle there, you can see that more like nearly 13 million of the daily sales on Ethereum and Polygon, and the majority of the sales are wash sales. This means technically fraud is happening. You have the owner of an NFT on Polygon and Ethereum, and they are selling their NFT to guess who? Themselves. To pump up the price, to sucker in retail investors. That doesn't happen in other chains. It only happens in those two. I don't know why, but do not get suckered into buying an NFT on these chains. Go to a more trusted place. Okay, I just thought that was very interesting. Just check out the numbers for yourself. These are owners, 13 million in 24 hours on Ethereum, selling NFTs to themselves to sucker in a retail investor. That's what this channel's about. It's about protecting you guys. Love it or hate the news I give you, it's to protect you. Next, more data from all the L1s, L2s this week. The year-to-date winner up, thank you invested, is up 935%. That is Solana. The TVL winner is Aptos, up 26% for the week. Daily fees winner is Matic, up 99% for the week. The developers is Binance, up 80%. They now have 9 developers. And remember, the base was very, very low 2 weeks ago. And daily transactions is up. They're winning. That was near up 215%. And daily active users, Binance, up 173%. So maybe part of the Binance improvement this week is because of more adoption, which is great. And considering it's nearly the end of the year, and my last recap, hey Jimmy, hope your elbow is doing good. This, and a shout out to Jordan Utt for sharing on Twitter the top 2023 crypto winners. And the winner for the year is, can't make this up, it's Bonk, it's a meme coin. Number 2 is Injective. Number 3 is Caspa. Number 4, Render. Number 5, Solana. Number 6, Wemax. 7, Fetch, which is an AI play. Number 8 is Stacks, which is a layer 2 on Bitcoin. And Immutable X, number 9. And Helium, number 10. What's also interesting about this, and this is from, a huge number of winners, 4 of those 10 are Solana based. There might be a message there somewhere too. And again, that's part of my big thesis, that the mothership, the consensus trade, is going to float all of the minions that are little projects on that same stack. And it's working out well so far. In addition, and if you know this channel, I've been nearly doing this for nearly 3 years now. 3-year anniversary coming up in T-minus a day. And tomorrow I will be doing the live Q&A as usual for you all the top Patreon questions. But I always said I don't like privacy coins. I've never invested in one because institutional money will never be attracted to privacy coins because they are frowned upon by regulators. Well, guess what? Here we are. After saying this for 3 years, OKX delists them. Because probably they say, well, I don't know exactly why. They didn't actually say, but they did delist privacy coins on OKX. I think it was Monero, Dash, Zcash, and they all fell 10% on Friday. And again, I'm not sure exactly the reason why, but probably so they don't face regulatory scrutiny. Because governments don't want humans to hide their money. They like to be able to track it. So I don't know. We'll see where all this goes. Let's talk about stocks and the next big story for the week. And it is a pretty flat final week. Everything was like, nothing burger, no Santa rally. But next week will be very, very important going forward. But you can see not much happened. And it looks pretty boring. But remember, when you look at a very short window in time, it doesn't tell you the full story. When we look at the full year, wow, incredible. The top 3 performers this year were 253% for Nvidia, 206% for Meta, and 121% for Tesla. And I own those 3. And it's important to be, like in crypto, like in stocks, to be in the winning names. And this doesn't include Bitcoin miners because they're too small. But some of them have been a lot bigger than that, believe it or not. It's like crazy. Anyway, that's just the top 500 stocks. So the year-to-date numbers are extremely impressive. 2023 was an incredible year. Will it be as good in 2024? Wow. We'll see. Certain things definitely will be, like miners, AI stocks, Bitcoin proxies, crypto proxies, Bitcoin. It'll be good. How good? I don't know. Will we get another set of 10Xs? I don't know. I think that could be a stretch. Either way, it'll be extremely good, especially on the base we built in 2023. Now, another view of technology and Nasdaq and why I only invest in disruption. Hello, Silicon Valley Stoic. You can see here Nasdaq smashes the year up 55%, a year that everybody thought we'd all shrivel up and die, whereas the S&P 500 is only up 20%. That's why you need to be in disruption, like crypto and these stocks. Now, this is the second big story of the day, and this is interesting because Elon Musk did say just a few hours ago, I stand by my prediction that if Tesla executes extremely well over the next 5 years, that the long-term value could exceed the combined market caps of Apple and Saudi Aramco combined. And of course, people hear that and they go, oh great, that's good. But I don't. I say, well, what does that mean in terms of actual stock price? How big and what price would Tesla actually have if that happens? And I did calculate that. Remember, Elon Musk has been very right in his predictions over the last couple of years. 3 years ago, he predicted Model Y would probably be the best car in the world. In 2023, it is number one selling car. So, but sometimes things like FSD, which he gets punished for, has slipped. But it's extremely difficult to automate driving because there's so many edge cases. So, but it's coming soon, which is good. Now let's do some math here. What I did was I took Saudi Aramco and Apple, took their market caps today and their share prices. And you can see down number 8 on the list is Tesla, from the top companies, about 788 billion, and put them into a spreadsheet. And what I did here is I calculated the combined market caps, assumed the annual return over the next 5 years would be 14% for these companies, calculated the number of shares outstanding today, and from the calculation of 14 years, compounded at 14% for 5 years, took us to the market caps now, which brings us just shy of $9.9 trillion. We can call that 10 trillion if you like. Then, considering the shares always kind of debase a little bit. There's always more share issuance, but I just assume they're stable. And I calculated the Tesla share price 5 years from now out to 2028. That would take us to the market cap of the bigger than the combined Saudi Aramco and Apple, which is 10 trillion, call it. Divide by the number of Tesla shares today, and you get $3,105. That is 1,150% from today in the year 2028. Remember, if they nail FSD, robotaxis, the bots, the energy business, this is very, very achievable. And that's what people don't get. They live in this quarter-to-quarter world, but the way to make it in investing is to play where the puck is going to be. And the more time frame you have, the more precise you can actually be, believe it or not. It's very difficult to predict things week to week, but easier when you go over 3-5 years. Mr. Hammer, thank you for coming. And I hope your Tesla's treating you well. And one other sad piece of news, but it's actually a good story, because unfortunately, not far from where I ride my bicycle sometimes, I know this exact piece of road very well. A 17-year-old driver in a Toyota Camry veered off the road. They were going southbound and they veered into the northbound lane, not lake. And unfortunately, a Tesla employee was coming along in their size of Cybertruck and they hit head on. The Camry is completely destroyed. Tesla Cybertruck is fine. The airbag did deploy. Everybody is fine. Nobody was hurt. But just shows you what a beast this truck is and how safe it is. And also a tribute to Toyota, that the car is completely smashed and the kid walked away, which is great. Anyway, glad everybody's okay. With that, everybody, I'm going to go now and prepare for the weekly Q&A. Thank you all for coming. Hope you enjoyed the show. Just think about that $10,000 green candle for Bitcoin. I've been talking about that 10K candle for a couple of years now. we might see one in 2024. All it takes is somebody rocking up with $1 billion in cash on a Tuesday, and they're looking to shake some Bitcoin free from people's hands. And we'll see if it happens or not. Anyway, thank you all. See you all tomorrow. And did I miss anybody? Thank you. A Bottle of Red. And Emily. Wonderful. More. We've got a ton of women in the channel now. Great. Okay. Have a good day, everybody. See you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.